All right, welcome to Hoops Tracker. We have special guests today, not one, but two. We have Avery and Taylor Alcarez from Fort Collins. Ladies, welcome to Hoops Tracker.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so awesome. This is great. You guys have been having a great season. Um, I saw Taylor broke somebody's record and uh, And so, but it's in the family. And then Avery, you hit your 1,000 points this season. But before we kind of dive into a little bit of the records and stuff, let's kind of go back a little bit. As you two were growing up playing basketball, what was it kind of like in your household? Were you guys, out at Power to Play every weekend? Were you guys just kind of just having fun playing in local rec leagues? I mean, what was it like growing up in the Avery Alcarez household and Taylor, you being the younger sibling?
So our dad obviously he coached for a long time, and so we grew up with a lot of knowledge around us with
Uh-huh.
basketball, and then he coached all of our club teams. So he coached mine, and then he coached Taylor, and then once we got to be like sixth, seventh grade, he actually coached us together. He put
Uh-huh.
us on the same team, and so that was super fun, and we kind of got to learn how to play with each other a little more that way.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah.
Um, for me, basically, it was just I always had someone to look up to, I guess, all the way throughout my middle school years. And now
Uh-huh.
I've always had someone, and now she'll probably be gone soon, but it's gonna be sad.
Yes, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So, talk about you both played for Premier this last summer. Talk about your club experience and that whole experience playing, you got girls from Utah, Nevada, Idaho. I mean, you got girls from all over kind of the western states. What was that like for both of you?
For me, I thought it was super cool, first of all, to play under Coach Jiraki because she is such a huge influence, I think, in women's basketball in Colorado. And
Mm-hmm.
so to play under somebody like that and learn a lot of stuff that I can incorporate into my game and how I can grow, she was
Uh-huh.
super helpful with that. And then it was really cool to meet different girls from, around the US, and I was able to make connections, and I think we had really good team with really good connection, and we won a ton of games, which was super fun.
Well, yeah, and you guys ended up winning at the Nike
Yeah.
Nationals, which was, I mean, it wasn't just your team, but like all those Mountain West
Right.
Premier teams won, and except the top one, who even finished second in Nationals, which I thought was awesome. So, Taylor, what was your experience this last summer with club?
I actually had a lot of fun with it, especially because of my coach, Mateo, who coaches at Green Mountain. But my
Uh-huh.
team was just all Colorado girls, so some of them I had already known for a little bit. But I also got to meet a lot of new people and like make a lot of new connections, and I still get to see them a little bit throughout my high school season, which is also pretty cool. So it was fun.
No, that sounds great. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about this season. You guys have a brand new coach. You got Coach Patrick. I know Coach from when he was at Mountain View. And so when I walked in the gym and I remember Avery pointing like that guy over there, and I'm like, I know Patrick. What's he doing over there at Fort Collins? But um, he said he got to keep his purple gear and just switch schools. So that was kind of cool. But what's it been like playing under Coach Patrick?
I've actually really enjoyed it so far. I think that it's really been like a good impact on our team, and I think some of it was the change that we needed, but I think hopefully in my later years we can continue just getting better, and I think he'll help us do that.
No, I think it's been great. All right, so I know we started out a little bit jumping into the record. So Avery, like I said, you hit your 1,000 points. What was that like? I thought it was cool that both of you guys took a picture. And then down here, Taylor breaks your record. So talk a little bit about hitting that 1,000 point mark. What did it mean to you?
No, yeah, it was super cool experience because I was able to share it with someone like her, and all my family members were actually there. And
Mhm.
I actually had no idea that I had done it because it was a really big game for me. And I think there was a lot of emotions going into it too, because I broke the all-time leading scorer in that same game too. and I
Uh-huh.
had no idea. And to be surprised with my teammates and my family, it was just a really cool experience.
So Taylor, did you know that they were going to surprise her?
I did not know about the 1,000 career points, but I did know about the all-time leading scorer points, which we
Uh-huh.
celebrated the next day at practice, which is when we took
Uh-huh.
another picture. So that was really cool, just knowing that I was the one that kind of gave that one to her, and I don't know, it was just a good experience.
Okay. All right. So Avery, you used to be the all-time three-point shooter, and your sister broke your record. What kind of feelings went through? I mean, I know you guys are tight, so
Yeah, if it was to be anybody that was gonna break it, I'm really glad it's her, of course. Um, but I'm really proud of her actually, and I think that she did deserve it because she played so well in that game. Um,
uh-huh.
yeah, and I'm proud. I'm a little sad because my name has to go off that board, but
Hmm.
I'm glad it's hers that's going up.
Oh, that's cool. So Taylor, like you got the hot hand. What talk
Yeah.
about what was going on that night? Like anything you did was going in. I mean,
Um, I mean, I don't know. My shot just felt really good that night, and it started going in. So I was like, okay, it might be like tonight, might be the night. I was like, okay, this might be good.
uh-huh. Did you know that you broke it during the game, or it wasn't until afterwards somebody told you?
No, I knew I broke it because it was like I think it was a little later in the fourth quarter. Um, but and I just knew when everybody like stood up and cheered, I was like, yeah, today was the day.
All right. So when you guys are out practicing, playing on the court, you guys compete against each other a lot?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it can get a little
yeah.
tough.
Competitive?
Yes. Um, there's definitely words that can be said, but we all know that we're just trying to make each other better. And when we're off the court, you kind of just have to forget about it and just remember that
Yeah.
you have to go home and live with that person. So
Yeah,
Kind of just have to move on from that.
there you go. No, that's
Mhm.
good. So, Avery, when you were going through the recruiting process, right? You're visiting schools, you know, Taylor, it sounded like you got to go on some of those trips.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the things you were looking at, Avery, in going to a school? Like what was really important to you going through the recruiting process?
definitely one of the things was like having a coach that I know is going to push me to another level because I know that there's always stuff I can learn in basketball, and
Hmm.
having a coach that is going to push me is super important. And then also, um, like team chemistry. I really
Hmm.
wanted to go to a school that I knew the girls like have a lot of fun on and off the court, and
Hmm.
they're also pushing each other to make each other better. And then I wanted to go to a winning program. I wanted somewhere that I know that I'm going to get better and I'm going to be able to experience winning games and going to tournament and stuff like that.
Cool. What's your major gonna be?
My major is going to be elementary education. So,
Nice. Okay, cool. And then you're going down to Texas. So you planning
yeah,
to stay down there or you just gonna see?
I don't know yet, but I really like it down there, so I'm
Mhm.
excited to start a new chapter in my life.
Yeah, no, that sounds really cool. So Taylor, when you were going on some of these recruiting visits, what are some things that stood out to you? Like as you're watching your sister go through the recruiting process.
I mean, I think I pretty much like the best part of it was getting to learn like how everything was done without me being like the one having to figure it out, I guess. Like she
Hmm.
did that for me. So I got to see how she talked to all these coaches
Hmm.
and, like met all of her almost future teammates and
Hmm.
how to figure the whole process out, kind of.
Very cool. So Avery, did you have a notebook? How did you keep track, like coaches who you contacted?
Yeah, I had like them all kind of like listed, and then I just always made sure to stay on top of like when they were texting me, like I always made sure I was going to respond like
Hmm.
pretty quickly because I want to show them that I'm interested and that I want to be a part of their program and that I'm somebody that they can like know that I'm accountable basically.
Sounds good. So I'm going to ask you a funny question, and I don't want you to tell me what school it was, but did you ever have a conversation with a coach and you're like, uh, this is definitely not the school that I want to go to?
Um Yeah, there was definitely a couple that I just kind of knew it wasn't really the place for me. And even though
Uh-huh.
they seemed like they were a great school and a great program, there's always
Uh-huh.
times that I'm just know that maybe I won't enjoy it there as much as I would somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
And so finding the right place
Like,
to
is there a
fit.
story that sticks out to you, like the coach said something, or what clicked? Like, what was it that, like, I don't think this is a good fit for me? What came to mind? Was it a conversation about the
Um,
team? Was it the coach itself? I'm just curious.
no, a lot of it was kind of just, being able to like watch practice, see
Hmm.
also like watching games, watching their style of play, watching like their coaching style in general was kind of like,
Hmm.
do I want to play for them or do I not?
Hmm. Yeah. No, that's good. So, what advice would you give Taylor if you haven't already? What advice would you give her as she's going to start going through that recruiting process?
I would always just say like keep an open mind. Make sure that you keep all your options open because you never know what's gonna pop up at any point in time. And always
Hmm.
make sure that you're like being yourself around them, I guess.
Hmm. Now, as you were going through the process, were you just picking up the phone and calling? Were you just emailing a bunch of coaches, getting film out, or were you like, here's some teams, like here's kind of my top 10, and I want to make sure I get communication to them, get film to them, and then get that connection going.
Right. So I basically started mostly with just emails with my film included. And then
Hmm.
I got a lot of replies off of that. And then if I didn't get a reply, maybe I would go to their website and like find the phone number and start off with a text asking if we can connect, if we can call, just so I can get like
Hmm.
voice communication with them instead of through text. Um, and then a lot of them would like come to my club games and they would see me
Hmm.
play, and I would obviously ask them and send them my schedule and be like, "Here's when I play. Please come watch my team."
Hmm. No,
Uh,
that's awesome. I like that you took the extra step that if they didn't respond, you went and tried to find a phone number to connect with them. So
right.
that is a big, huge plus because a lot of kids will just fire out emails and then they won't even follow up. They just figured, hey, they should have gotten it. And one thing that's crazy is a lot of kids don't think about this, but there's these college coaches and there's thousands and thousands
Right.
of kids sending them emails. So they've got a pretty full email bucket that they've got to sift through. And in the off season is a good time to do that, but that's
Yeah.
great. So Taylor, as you're starting this process,
Mhm.
what are some things that you're looking at for schools that you want to go to?
Well, I'm still like unsure what I want to do in the future, like past college, but
Hmm.
I'm also just looking for like the same things that she said, like their coaching style and what they do with their team basically. And I'm just still unsure with what I want to do, but hopefully I can start, contacting some schools soon.
Very cool. All right. What's on your playlist? What's on your playlist? Your favorite song that gets you hyped up before a game? What do you have one?
I would say that at our school we play a lot of Drake. Like in warm-ups before games and stuff, we play a
Uh,
lot of Drake.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know. Ava's the one in charge of our school playlist, so I just listen to whatever she puts on there.
I'm trying to think.
okay.
Yeah, it's just a because I try not to be like playing like Taylor Swift. I'm so against Taylor Swift.
Mm-mm.
So
No, never.
nothing but anything but her.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. What about you got a pregame routine like when you're warming up? This is what I do every game. This is how I approach every game.
Well, I'm superstitious, so I always wear a bun when I'm playing. Um,
Uh-huh.
I always wear the same socks. And then kind of just we warm up as a team. Yeah. We make sure that we're stretching and we're going and we're
Yeah.
and just making sure everybody's in the zone, not like goofing
Yeah.
off before the game.
We have the
Hmm.
same routine every single time, like during the JV game, and we do mostly everything as a team. So
No, that's awesome. Okay. Just out of curiosity, what's your favorite color?
Mine's probably orange.
You like orange?
Yeah.
I like baby pink.
Baby pink. All right, cool. That's awesome. Well, ladies, this has been really cool. We wish you well. We hope you guys do well. We're excited to continue to watch you guys, and thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
so
us. We
much.
appreciate it.
Mhm.
Awesome.